Did you guys know that on the character select screen that you could apply a filter and have characters organized in the way you want to see them? So if we put attack power in descending order to get them going from the top, of course we've got all these giants here, but then you've got SS4 Gogeta. So we're going to use him today and figure out if this high attack power is really what's making him the most broken character in the game. So stay tuned, we're going to get right into it right now. We've got Super Saiyan God Gogeta. I'm sorry, not Gogeta, good lord. The red hair's throwing me off. We've got Super Saiyan God Vegeta trying to hold his own right now, and as you guys can see, health bars just melt away. Like, that's not even a full-on combo that we just landed there. It's wild to me. Like, I don't know, it felt so easy for me to kind of dodge and super counter in quite a lot of these matches, and I don't know if that's just me getting better or if it's just Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta advantage. Like, look at, like, what just happened there? I just kicked him and it was just like, yeah, no, your rush attack means nothing to me. I don't know, I wouldn't be able to tell you. And there, that one, if I could tell you guys how I did that, I would love to. I want to tell me how I did it. So, you know, like, you can see the health is still just melting away. We still are just now getting down to our third health stock right there. Usually I say to myself, if someone's going to go into instant sparking, I'm going to take that opportunity to do the same, to kind of be like a little bit of insurance, to be like, yeah, you know, I could defend myself if need be. However, I noticed now that I kind of got rid of too much of my ki by trying to just, you know, vanish and be evasive. But as long as you're blocking something that is, you know, that's not unblockable, you'll be okay. So he uses all of his skill stocks right there, and we're in this weird part of the map where, you know, things just don't thing. But yeah, that's the end of him, crazy enough. So now, whenever I see a Gohan, I promise you guys, I always get worried. No matter which variant of Gohan it is, I'm always concerned whenever I see him on the other side of the screen, because somehow they always end up being really good. Gohan is a very strong character competitively. Not even part of that whole like a high attack thing. They're just, I don't know, his movements is just fluid. Like, you know, he means everything that he says whenever he throws a fist. But at the end of the day, Gogeta is ranked just a little bit higher. So we're going to try to keep that in mind and not be intimidated by this Gohan here. However, he is pretty talented. I am not going to lie, and I am not trying to glaze, but that's just the way that the game is right now. And it's been that way from probably like week 1. Gohan has just been that character, and it's just something about, I think probably because for some of us, you know, he was a favorite for a little while, at least in his teen form. I don't know how you guys feel about adult Gohan, just from, you know, from the anime itself, but you know, he had his moments even still. I think they did him dirty in Super, honestly, though. Like, I feel like he, you know, I feel like he was supposed to be a little bit greater than what we got. But, you know, that's a conversation for another day. I don't know how people can sometimes still get that perception off the side like that. It makes no sense to me. At least, you know, it's beyond me, because I have yet to be able to replicate it myself intentionally. Like, I don't know if it's just a matter of continuing to hold it, because I can sit there and continue to hold it. You know, I think maybe you just have to fully commit to the perception. But nonetheless, we have the attack power to finish this match. We are still almost 2 bars over, but that's not going to stop him from trying to take some more health down. And in a battle of wild senses, if both of you have it, whoever attacks first, if they don't have a second, you know, way to vanish, the first person to attack usually wins the wild sense war. And having it is perfect. Now, this Gohan specifically, he came prepared to cook. He was like, I don't care what fusion you have, I'm finna cook you. And he did so with no remorse, like zero. Even somewhere throughout the match, he said, I've faced far worse than you. I'm like, dang, worse than Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? I don't know why I was like, I guess I really just did not like that building. Like, the real estate was very poorly chosen for that one. So, you know, I had to kick it and destroy it for whatever reason. And then he's going to charge on top of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And somehow we were just like, you know what? All right, that's enough. I'm tired of being bullied by this guy. And I don't know how he super counters the Wild Sense. He's talented. This guy is quite talented. He's got the health advantage right now. It's like we've hardly even touched him. So at some point in time, we have to try to turn the tables. And as you can see, I'm perceptioning. And perceptioning, is that even going to be, that's the word I'm going to choose to describe while using perception. We're defining it right here. So he goes into his instant sparking right there. Luckily we've got that Wild Sense waiting in the wings, but this guy is not afraid to vanish, and he's not afraid to pull off his ult either. That ult is going to be just enough to get us, I'd say, where? Down to hardly any HP. So he's got the complete advantage over here. This guy was cooking me. Like, he knew exactly what he was doing. He was in complete control, and he was ready for the match to be over. Like, that was it. So we get to run the rematch. So when I run the rematch, I'm like, all right, let me try not to make as many mistakes, because in a lot of cases, it's mistakes of one's own making. I decided to try not to make those mistakes in this match and try to play a little bit more aggressively too, because, you know, his defensive ability was something that was very commendable. And I don't know why, sometimes when I try to do that little like follow-up move, it just doesn't do it. The one that slams people to the ground, like, I'm like, where's my move? I'm just standing there pointing at my back waiting for a massage. But that's beyond the point. So here he goes into his instant sparking again, and I don't know, whenever I see someone go into instant sparking, I can't help but just charge at them. I'm like, no, I can't let you feel confident to get away with this. But I don't know if he meant to press that or not, but somehow we managed to vanish that. Guy is still over there trying to charge up into sparking mode, and we're going to take advantage of our Wild Sense here and just end it right there. Like, when people are flying downward, if I can hit them with the Big Bang Kamehameha, I will. So now we've got a jiren here, and I feel like him transforming would have put him on a little bit better grounding, but guy decided to stay in this form right here. But either way, we're going to take advantage of the fact that neither of us are hitting each other. And this, I'm trying to get way better at doing the rush attacks, trying to mix it up some, because people have gotten really into a rhythm of just simple ways of following it up, like trying to do that over and over. Usually can get blocked, but this guy, I don't know, I think I had him, you know, thinking that I was going to try to mix it up, and instead just did it straightforward right there. So here I am, you know, we're mixing it up again, trying to throw in a little bit of flair, but he manages to get out of it that time. And then the grab, like, I don't know, me and grabbing have a weird relationship on this game, because there are times where I am good at getting them and times where I'm not. And as you guys can see, he's like, he's done. He said, I'm not playing this game with you anymore. We're not doing this. He's like giving up, and usually I will wait. I will give it like a couple seconds to be like, hey, you done, or you wait. He was just there waiting. So I said, all right, well, we're going to give him the honorable finish that he deserves for being a fantastic contender here on Can't Be Broken 93's channel. And yeah, that's the end of him. That's that. All right, so here we are, another Gohan player. So guy here, you know, I'm gonna skip through some of this match right here, and he's gone in and he has sparking. He used his rush attack, and then he switched right over to his ultimate immediately after, because, you know, he can use both of them whilst being in sparking mode. But, you know, that's all right. You know, we're gonna let him get that off. And typically what I've been doing in a lot of these matches is my sparking and ultimate attack have mainly been in retaliation to receiving someone else's ultimate. So we try to pull that off here, but like I said about Gohan players, they are talented. Manages to scave on by with taking minimal damage. But just because I didn't hit my ult does not mean that I am not planning to win this game. I don't know what he's doing. Like, he's like, are people still doing that strat in 2025? Like, you know, like repetitively. Like, you can do it, you know, a little bit, I'd say, but you know, people are still trying to hit that like constantly, as if that hasn't been patched already. At least for the androids. I'd say it's patched. I say it's patched in the terms of like, does it still mess with people? Because it is a good way to get out of somebody's view, especially if you're like me and you're playing with your camera on like, you know, the lower FOV, just so that you feel a little bit more immersed in the fight. I actually am thinking about changing that back just to have a little bit more visibility though. But I don't know, I kind of enjoy and got used to playing it in this fashion. But I don't know, I'll give it back, I'll give it another try at some point, because it zooms out once you start charging. Like this guy, he loves the he loves the up and downs. And I don't know what it is, like I kept dropping my rushes. It was so weird today. I don't know if it's because we were hitting the barrier or if it was because I was just doing a little bit too much. Like by the time I got to the person, it was already over. And speaking of already over, this match is also already over. And I end up, because of SS4 Gogeta, like I was saying in my previous video, I don't know, I don't really care about this whole ranking thing. However, while using him, this happened. Yeah, we're A5 now. I'm just like, am I supposed to be here? Like, did I end up somewhere where I'm not supposed to be yet? But it's not like people aren't, you know, some people, like, I ran into very few fusions this time around. Like, there really were not that many. People are genuinely just here to run hands, and I was trying to just run hands as well. Like, you know, you'll see me put in a blast, hardly see me use the rush attack, because I just enjoy throwing hands in this game. And my instant sparking for me is mainly used as a counter to someone else's instant sparking. Like it's very seldom for me to just automatically use instant sparking. Like I'd rather have those skill points used for wild sense, especially to counter an instant transmission like this. Like look at that, guy was already prepared, but so was I. Like it's a good bit of insurance. Insurance is good to have in this game. That's why we have so many different ways to counter, especially because of the fact that there are so many different ways that you can end up behind somebody. You need to be able to counter it. If you can't counter it, then somebody else is going to control the match for the entirety of that match. And still, some people are able to do that. I'm working my way up to that point. Like, we're going to get there at some point, and I'm not rushing myself. I am just enjoying the ride as it is, and we're just using Gogeta here for this video. So yeah, that was that match. And don't get worried, guys, like this isn't going to be, you know, somebody I'll be using. So I don't know where this guy thought he was. Like, this guy said, hey, let me go over here to go charge real quick. I'm not trying to charge in front of you. I don't know, he's probably shy. I think he was shy. Guy was really trying to perception bait me there, but we're not going to let him get that. So, you know, this was one of the lesser threatening UI Gokus that I had faced in my time playing this game. He was pretty good with his combos though, and I'd rarely see anybody starting with, you know, like, I guess they call him UI, like Ultra Instinct Sign on this one, in this version of the game. You know, like usually I'll just say Ultra Instinct for this one, and then Mastered Ultra Instinct for the variant with the white hair, you know, after he like transforms to that form. But to each their own. We kind of, you know, ran through his health there, and you can see he applied his instant sparking. I applied my wild sense because, like I said, you need some kind of insurance. You need some type of insurance to make sure that you're not falling victim to whatever they have to offer. And yeah, we're going to end that before he has a chance to do anything funny. No funny business, Goku. So yeah, here we are running this rematch, and there was a third match here too, but to make this video a little bit shorter, I'm not going to include that third match, because if I included the third match, especially when I, you know, win all of them, it makes the video a little bit longer, and I know you guys don't want to see me face the same I mean, for some people it probably depends on how good the match is. You might not want to see the same match over and over again, and that's understandable. I am trying to provide quality. I try to provide as much quality as I can, and I'm trying to also get better so that the visual aspects that you guys see in this game increase that much more. So as you see here, guys said, hey, you know what? I'm finna use that transformation now, and I'm ready. So guy did that, and I believe he got an extra health bar after doing so because, you know, the first form of Ultra Instinct only has 3. So he said, I'm a contender now. And I don't know how, like, we beat this guy out of his Kamehameha. Like, only SS4 Gogeta does something like that. It's just wild. Like, he does not care what attacks anybody is using. So we're trying to get the mix-ups and the movement going. And he actually manages to hit me on that grab. I've been doing pretty decent at avoiding his grabs this time around. I'm always very afraid whenever I see that, but luckily we've got our Wild Sense before. Like I said, Wild Sense is great for just keeping you safe. And then he stands right there and kind of says, hey, I bet you don't know how to use the Kamehameha. Guy said, I'll do your one better. But singular, as you can see, singular Ki Blast can keep somebody from going into instant sparking also. And the person that gave me that tip of saying, hey, instead of spamming Ki Blast, just, you know, hit one at a time. As you can see, I've definitely taken that and added it to my toolbox. I appreciate that tip. And then that's the match. It seems to always end with the little push down to the ground. So now we've moved on to the half of what makes up Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, which is Goku from GT. So this is all a GT battle right here. If you ever wonder to yourself, who's stronger? Guy said, I'm going to get my sparking mode off. I don't care what you say. But I say, nay, he is not getting his instant sparking. Somehow we managed to hold him off from getting it. And the dude was pretty good. Dude was very good. I was like, okay, we got to try to put the boosters on real quick. And as you can see, I popped the Wild Sense. So his revenge counter meant absolutely nothing. But at this point now, I'm just trying to keep him from going into sparking because I know that's a goal he has. Like, that's his 2025 resolution. I know he's trying to get that instant sparking off. Once again, we managed to vanish that one. I think that was a regular vanish there. I don't think that was a Wild Sense driven vanish. So he said, let's try to level the playing field, even though the playing field has only been leveled to half. And I will sometimes also try to use that charge into sparking as a bait, because usually sometimes people will let you get it off or they will rush you. And if I can pull off somebody rushing straight in, I'm like, oh, great, we got him. And we show him the Big Bang Kamehameha one more time, an ability that he'll have once he fuses. But here we are again running this rematch, and like I said again, this was another case where we had a third rematch here, which, you know, I can say that I did take. But for the purpose of this video, not being a full-on 60 minutes, we're not going to include that. I just want to showcase what Gogeta can do with the fact that I spent an hour with this recording. However, you know, I don't want to put out a full-on 60-minute video unless that's something you guys want. Like, let me know if you guys just want the full-on, like, you know, 60 minutes. And of course, I did lose some matches during this time too, as you guys have seen. Like, there are some losses that I did suffer throughout this time. But in the efforts of not making this video a full-on 60 minutes, just trying to, you know, keep what is relevant to the point that I'm trying to make, that using Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is the quickest way to rank up in this game. And I can see exactly what it is. Like, I see why we're able to rank up so quickly, because you can just go on these winning streaks using him. He's just overwhelming. He's a very overwhelming character, and he gains, like, the thing with the Wild Sense also, and the reason why it's so hated right now is because he gains skill points so quickly. Like, I've even noticed that at random points, instead of it just going up gradually, I'll just gain an entire extra skill point. I don't know if that's from blocking attacks either, but sometimes it just you just get skill points. I don't know how else to say it. I need to analyze a little bit more, but now we're on to this guy right here. This match was special because this Kid Trunks player specifically was cracked at this game. And you'll see what I mean pretty soon. He was cracked. He said, nah, I'm finna punish you for using Gogeta. Ugh, look at that. Like, what is standing? What is floating? I don't know. Because I spent most of my time mid-fall throughout this match. That's where I spent most of my time. In the middle of falling or just writhing in pain because I just got a gut check that literally hurt. And he lands all of those. Key spam never works, but this guy used it efficiently. He said, nah, this key spam finna work. And so, okay, time to try to level the playing field here, because as you can see, now we're just about on equal health. Like, I feel like I've done no damage to this guy at this point, and he's just been doing everything he's wanted to do. Somehow we managed to avoid that. Like, I really like how the movement gets you sometimes. So here, I'm afraid now. I'm like, oh wow, I'm about to lose. Like, anything could have happened right here at this point right now. And if he would have landed that, that would have been it. But Wild Sense for the win. Wild Sense for the win. Wild Sense just does things. Especially if you just push it at the right time, it does it. And remember what I was saying about quick ranking? Yeah, we're up to A4 already. I have yet to touch A for a while. I wasn't trying to get to A either, but you know, that's just what happens when you go on a winning streak. It just happens. So I really enjoyed playing against this hit player right here. Like, this was, you know, I would say, I mean, of course it's always fun to win, but you know, he was pretty good. He was pretty good. I was having a good time. Hit is a very good character overall. Maybe I'll use Hit next. I mean, Hit was my first main when this game first came out. Like, I really enjoyed playing with Hit because his kit, I'm not even trying to do any bars right now, but that did rhyme and we'll take it. But Hit has a great kit, an instant transmission and an after image type of attack. They're just, you know, they're perfect for his, you know, for his character, and pretty good in this game. Very good, like, you know, defensive and counter type moves, and additionally very good for getting the upper hand on an opponent. It is just very good in that way. And then his first attack is, you know, kind of hard to see, but it can be blocked. And he's also got this type of attack too, that teleport right in front of you type of attack that just is just messy. But it can be blocked and it can be avoided, so one thing to always keep in mind. But it also doesn't matter. I don't believe it matters how far away your opponent is. You will just teleport right in front of them and then just travel the extra few feet. I guess that kind of tells you guys where I'm from too. When I say feet, I am not using the metric system, unfortunately. I do, you know, as a math person, I do care for the metric system. I like it and it makes perfect sense. But when it comes to understanding distances, I understand feet and meters a little bit better. So now in this match, guy here is doing, you know, he's doing his thing. He was like, yeah, I ain't trying to suffer no more losses from you. But it's Gogeta, unfortunately. This match itself, actually, for what it is, some matches seem to go quicker than other ones. Like this match, I can tell you guys right now, spoiler, is already halfway over. I'm sure you can see that based on the health, but like, I mean halfway. I'm watching the timeline as I talk right now. So as you can see, we're gonna get these chase downs, all of them, except for that one. And then we hit the perception. No revenge counter, no revenge counter, no revenge counter. Whoop, whoop. Oh, guy said, nah, I ain't going out like that. And yeah, we are going to end it. Terribly timed, but you get the point. So now we've come up to this match right here. I remember this match right here. This one right here almost gave me nightmares last night because this guy was on something. Like, he said, nah, I'm using Piccolo and I'm finna roll people. I don't care who they are. Like, if I was using a regular character, I would have definitely lost to this guy 3 times in a row. I'm not even going to try to make myself seem better than what I am. Guy was good. He was good. Nothing else to say there. So I'm going to let the rest of this match play out. Actually, I'm going to let these next few matches with this Piccolo play out without me talking so much through them, because it's going to be a best of 3. I will give you that right now, and you're going to see who wins the set. We'll be back right after each of these matches conclude. So we managed to take that one. On to the next match. So as you can see, he completely overwhelmed me with Ki Blast towards the end of that one. But here we go into the next one, best 2 out of 3. And we're in the 3rd match of this set. So I'm going to let this one play through too. We're going to see who takes the dub at the end of this. This guy is really good. Stay tuned. And as you all can see, Wild Sense being the deciding factor once again. So we're actually back here again with someone that we faced already. We faced this same person using this hit before. So we're going to run all 3 matches again because, you know, quite fun and quite a good display of showing 2 characters that are quick, but the difference between having a lot of attack, a lot of defense, just a lot of everything. Hit is no slouch. Like, I want to continue to reiterate that. I absolutely love Hit, but in the face of Gogeta, it is tough. It is a tough, hard fought battle. It is almost an uphill battle, and it's just, you know, like when you're trying to fight somebody who's already got stats that are like out the roof, it is tough. So you got to be on your P's and Q's. Like, the thing that makes a big difference is not taking damage in the first place. Like, that's really the hard part about trying to win matches, is just not taking any damage. But this guy is going to charge up for his ult, and as you can see, we're just going to try to run out some more of that meter, which usually is my goal because I'm not really trying to use my ult. But we're going to try to rush attack, and as you can see, does not work. And with the like 2 inches of ultimate meter he's got left, he says I'm going to use it, and of course he does take advantage and pull that off. Takes off quite a bit of our health there. So as you can see, if this were a normal health happened character, we'd be dead even right about now. So now we just have to not fold and get that nice graceful backflip and take that match. So now we're here in the second of 3. And I respect him for saying, hey, I'm going to continue to run this rematch until I get a different result, because I am not the best. So I could easily fold, and he could easily just be like, you know what, I'm going to lock in, because I can tell that this is not his full power. I can tell he's not playing at his best. I can just tell. However, I was playing at my best. I say, nah, I'm going to protect. I'm going to perception that there, and I don't know what it is about some like once you hit the barrier, the invisible barrier, everything that you do, dang, why he slide over like that? Everything you do is weird, and this is how you know you're having a good match with someone. When you get into those with somebody, you know you and them are having a pretty good match. It's entertaining. So tries to fly up, get some distance, but you can be equally as surprised by flying up that high, because you don't know what your opponent's about to do, because you see just about as much as them. And here we're going to hit just another one of these here. So again, invisible barrier saying, nah, you ain't finna continue that string. You have to earn that string. You gonna have to earn it, big boy. And earn it we are. So we're going to take advantage of that and try to just end that one quickly. And here we go again. Nice little kick upward just to, you know, get a nice view of the sky. So as you can see from this match here, he has had about enough of me. He said, gut check, gut check, gut check, gut check, leg sweep, gut check, and a gut check. Like, he was upset. I was like, okay, I think they're upset. And I don't think I'm not doing anything toxic. At least I don't think so. But he has had just about enough of me winning. He said, I'm taking at least one of these dubs from you. So he decided to say, hey, I got gut checks and shin kicks for days for you, big boy. But that's all right, because I'm like, you know what? It's all right. You can have them. They're yours to take. However, I will be taking what I need. The wild sense there just does the work for us. But that doesn't mean we don't know how to vanish. We can still vanish. And yet again, I'm not getting, I think I'm going to try not to get revenge counted by anybody anymore. Just as long, I mean, that's what you can do when you're using Gogeta with all these skill points. You can just use them and not feel guilty at all. Like, I feel guilty using some characters and all of my skill points are just gone now. I don't do revenge counters like that. I know how to do them, but they're just not a part of my gameplay. Like, you probably see me do them like once in 2 blue moons, and that's even more rare than 1 blue moon. Pointing out the obvious there. Yeah, this match is almost over. Like, it started rough for me, but as you can see, it's almost over, and he caught me lacking. He said, nah, I ain't going out like that. He caught me lacking, but that's all right. Look at my ki blast still just flying away there. But yeah, I say, yeah, we're not going to let him pull off any more ultimates. He's going to try to just whittle away some more of that health there, and you know, there he goes with another one. But we got the wild sense ready, and I'm ready to end this match now because he is dangerous. But let me know what you guys thought about this. We spent 60 minutes with Gogeta. He's quite broken. We ended up close to A3, so let me know in your comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.